So during my time that I stayed in one of my last apartments that I lived in, the last apartment, um, I had pretty much had a stalker for a long time. And this strange person would come to my house and always like throwing stuff on my car and doing like these strange things. And for the most part, um, they would be throwing spit that they saved up. And so, I thought I was alarmed by this because I'm like, who in the world is saving spit? Like, just straight up just spit, like gobs of it. How would you have, like, where you getting this spit from? So, this would be happening probably like, maybe like once a month, might be twice a month. It just depends on this person's, you know, attitude or whatever for the month. So I'm just constantly trying to think of like who could be doing this? Who could be doing this? It's just like the sickest, strangest thing that you could do to somebody. So I even, called the police. Isn't really pretty much nothing they could do because it's like my car is not vandalized, but this is like basically somebody is doing this. So, but I let them know that it was happening and things like that. So now, I have my children. They seeing this, and we don't know who's doing it. So, I also, I had my neighbors that lived on the block. I had a close friend of mine that lived on the block with me, and I was just explaining to her about what was going on, and like this, somebody pretty much stalking me. It's just sickening, and she like, wow, that's like crazy. I never heard of this. So now, man, this been going on for like a very long time. It's been like some years. It's pretty much went on the entire time that I lived there. I would probably say like a couple years in, maybe like the second year, almost until I moved. So, and one day I'm just like, this is just like really sickening. So I never really found out who was doing it for years. And then one day I was going out with one of my neighbors, my friend, basically at the time, pretty much my best friend. And I we were going shopping, which we did often. And I said, okay, well, who gonna drive? We freaking out who gonna drive. So we decided I'm gonna drive most of my time to drive. So I said, okay, well, I'll be down there to pick you up. So as I get down there to pick her up, it spit all over her windshield, just like a sickening amount of spit. So I'm just like, hey, what? How you get this? Like, what's going on? And this and that and the third. So I pull back, let the car should get in. I'm just like in shock. So come to find out, and I asked her about it. I'm like, you got spit on your car? And then she was like, yeah, her guy did this and the third. So, um, I'm like, so the whole time that's been him spitting on my car and like, harassing me like that. That's the whole time that's been him. So kind of find out anytime that she go out or, she outside, we outside. This fool thinking she with me or something like that, or thinking I have something to do with whatever the events that's done had transpired. If he get mad at her, then he come down here and spit on my car. And so I just was like in shock. I couldn't believe it. So I confronted her about it, and she kind of like had an attitude with me. I don't see why you mad about what my man did to my car. That's my man, and he put something on my car, and such. But I'm trying to figure out the whole time, but why he been stalking me? That's been him. If you're not gonna tell me that it's two people, somebody else is a SpitSaver, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. And the fact that you to me, you're not mad enough about it. Like you knew that just he was a SpitSaver the whole time. And um, I said, okay, well, I'm just like I can't. And as much as I love my friend, don't get me wrong, it's like one of my greatest friends. We never had no type of weird fallout or nothing else outside of this dude. Um, I just was like, I don't want to be friends with somebody because I can't say that she knew the entire time, like all those years that was him doing that. But I can say that she knew long before I did that it was him. And so she never told me that. And it was like she wasn't like super surprised or whatever. And I can recall the day of her saying, well, who you think is doing it? Who you think it is? And so I'm just was like, I really didn't know nobody that would be doing some crazy stuff like that. So I just was like, I really didn't know. But looking back on it, hindsight, I was like, that's what she knew at that time when she was asking me. She knew exactly then who was doing it, and she didn't tell me. And so for that, I was like, I wasn't happy about it, you know. And we never really been friends since. So, because I'm like, I don't want him to continue to be stalking. Now that I know that's him, oh my goodness, it just made everything so awkward. So that ended that, and yeah, that was the SpitSaver. But I mean, when I tell you he could save up some spit, this dude could save up some spit, and he throw it. I come outside in the morning time and just be cup, half cup, quarter cup, I guess whatever he had saved up at the time when he was pissed off. Sit down like that's what this fool was doing. And I mean, I'm calling the neighbor, I'm calling the police, I'm calling the business at the corner to see if they see anybody. All this whole time, I'm steady calling all of these people to find out who the SpitSaver is. And here it is somebody that I absolutely know, my friends, guy or whatever, is a SpitSaver. So, yeah, that's story time for today.